What is up, y'all? It's your boy Mr. Wolf. I'm back. I just want to do a quick video. Moon Knight episode 3. I watched it last night. Granted, I wasn't feeling too good, so I didn't give it my undivided attention. But usually, if something is good and I'm not giving it my undivided attention, something subconsciously, it's playing in the background. You're still absorbing the information. You're just not focused on it. But something will make me pay attention. There's so many movies that I love now that when I first started watching it, for the first 20 minutes didn't have my attention. Then something happened, put the phone down, put the book, whatever I'm looking at, whatever I'm doing, you put it down, you start watching. Then you go back. You're like, well, man, this is really good. What did I miss in the first 20 minutes? What wasn't I paying attention to? So, I mean, it might be something like that, but it didn't. Whenever I tried to pay attention to the episode, I was watching it, but just not intently. Is something about this episode. I think this is exactly what I was talking about with these. By the way, the air conditioning is on, the fan above the stove is on. I'm not getting up to start off. Just deal with it. You can cry about it. I don't care. But I mean, I knew sooner or later, this show was going to fall into the problems that the other Marvel shows have had. And I think this was it. It was just like between these 3 episodes, I think you could have got everything that they've had in these 3 episodes. You could have got it, in hour 45 minutes. You could have had all that information. You could have cut out all the filler, everything like that, and just streamlined it. And I wouldn't care if, because there's a lot of miniseries that are 3 episodes. You look on Netflix, you look on other things. They're usually documentary, true crime things, stuff like that. That's whatever. But the fact is, it's not unheard of. It's not unheard of to have 3 episodes, 4 episodes. Just do that. Just do that. Also, I think if they did that, you're talking about smaller budgets, you're talking about smaller production times. That way you can get more characters in. And if you bring in characters, C-list, D-list characters, and experiment with them, pause. And it doesn't work out the way you thought. You only spent so much. You only dedicated 3-4 episodes to it. That'd be fine. But yeah, this just, I don't know. There was just nothing significant. But the one thing that when I was paying attention to it was with the fight scenes, is how terrible the CGI is. I've noticed the first couple episodes. Not really in the first one, because you don't really see him in the suit until the very end, which, again, that was a problem I had, because we had seen a bunch of pictures of him in the suit, both suits, up till then, so why wait until the last couple seconds to show him in the suit? I don't get it. But in this one, with that fight, where he's fighting in the desert, the CGI is terrible. And I don't know, because sometimes it looked good, but his hood looked really bad, so I don't know if they just did the thing where they partially dress them in the suit and then they CGI whatever could cause them problems or is difficult or whatever. I don't know. But the CGI was so bad during that fight scene that that's all I was focusing on. So whatever if they had anything good within that, I didn't know, because I was just focusing on just how distracting the terrible CGI was. And that's it. But, I'm still going to stick with it. I'm still going to give it a chance. I love that Oscar Isaac is one of the producers. And I don't think he's a producer just in name or, to get a back-end pause. I think he really cares about this, was interested in it, wanted to have something different, wanted to have something. I mean, because it is drastically different from the other shows. With the only 3 episodes, it is. You can tell. Somebody in one of my comments, because I said there wasn't any outward messages. I don't know how to phrase it. I went to public school, forgive me. But there wasn't anything, they weren't throwing anything in your face. Social justice warrior wise, diversity wise, none of that thing. And again, I don't have any problem with diversity. Social justice warriors, yes. Diversity, no. But I feel, again, for the millionth time, because Marvel has always been the trendsetters for these. Since the 60s, they were always the ones that have the first black superheroes. They always had, always put women in the forefront. They always did that. So I don't know why they have to force things with Marvel, because if you just did the things how they naturally are according to the comic books, things will work itself out. You'll get diversity. You'll get different races. You'll get different sexes doing things. You'll get, interesting storylines out of that stuff. The fact that they just totally abandon that, and they feel like these people that, these gatekeepers, they feel like they have to take it in their own hands because the message isn't being crammed down your throat. Pause. Hard and fast enough. Pause. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. But somebody made a comment, they posted, they were like, oh, if you knew the real character, you'd see how they switched all this stuff around, how, all this kind of stuff. Whatever they've done with it, that's fine, because Moon Knight wasn't a character that people knew the backstory, like Bruce Wayne, like Clark Kent, like Peter Parker. So I don't have any problem with it if it helps bringing it to live action, makes it easier, makes it better. But I am curious to see what the original stuff, because I always thought it was Mark Spector. I think it still is. I don't know if whoever posted that was misinformed themselves, but they were saying like, oh, you say it doesn't have, SJW forced whatever, but if you knew how much they changed the character, dude, I'm not that into it to care that much. But I do appreciate you pointing that out, Episode 3 of Moon Knight. The hell? Episode 3 of Moon Knight, 0 to 10 dog bones. I'm going to give it... And I'm going to be fair. I'm going to give it a 4 because I didn't give it my undivided attention. But like I said before, a lot of things that I don't give my undivided attention to, it's because they lose me when it starts. So then they have to earn it back. And if it's good, I'll eventually get back into it and start watching it. With this, did not happen. They lost me in the beginning. They lost me through the whole thing. Once the fight scene started, and once I seen Ethan Hawke, I started to watch. Whatever was there wasn't there. So, and really, this was like the only thing on the horizon that I have any kind of hope for was Moon Knight. Secret Invasion, kinda. The story, I'm not really interested with Secret Invasion. I'm just interested in who's going to cameo or what they're going to set up. What characters are going to pop in to set up future projects and future storylines. That's about it. 0 to 10 dog bones, to be fair, I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4. I'm going to watch it again. I might watch it again tonight. If I think differently about it, I'm not going to do a video because honestly, who cares? The 2 people that watch this, you ain't going to watch it. If you watch it now, if you watch this video now, I'd be shocked. If I made a second video about the same thing and you watched it, I would be flabbergasted. So, Moon Knight episode 3, 4 dog bones. This your boy Winston Wolf. I'm out.